not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and curse on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you can try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. The fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. It's time that you know. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. the bottom. Can't hold me down, hold me down. I'm rising up from the ground, from the bottom. Can't hold me down, hold me down, hold me down. Oh, my wolves begin to howl, wake me up, the time is now. Can you hear the drum hit? There's a revolution coming. Fire things that turn me on, drag my dark in
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Overdriven Monster Truck League Kickoff show for season 3. It's 2025. It's a brand new year, brand new season, brand new us, brand new me, brand new you, and a brand new season of Monster Jam action. This season will be running from next weekend all the way up to the first weekend of November. I can't wait to bring to you all of the action. So why not let's go ahead and get started with the first things of the night. So I got some new rules and regulations for the series. This is mostly for our drivers tonight. If you're a fan, thank you for attending. We have sub sign-ups going to happen directly after the stream concludes. And yeah, so first couple of rules. We will be implementing the weather system here today. And for every event in the future, no matter what happens, if it's rain during the show, we will go back to menu and have a little intermission just to make sure all of our competitors have a fair chance at competing. I said this last season, but we didn't really implement it a lot. But this season, we really are going to go hard on that. The weather system, it will be implemented to the fullest extent. That's better for our drivers, better for me, better for our camera crew, and better for you fans. So yeah, that is the big major rule change. Yeah, we're going to move on to the schedule release. Of course, we got Arena Championship Series East, Central, Stadium East, Stadium West, 4 series going for 4 months until November. So how about it? Coming up first, it will be Arena Championship Series East. This tour has so many great competitors. They'll start off on August the 29th in Pensacola, Florida, and then head over to Naples, and then Columbia, Biloxi, Mississippi, Hidalgo, Texas, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Greensboro, North Carolina, Urbandale, California, and of course, they'll visit Salt Lake City, the arena, for the 14th and 15th of November. Yep, that is Arena Championship Series East. There's so many great superstars on that series. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win that series. It's up in the air. Of course, you got the veteran Mark Scott in Bailey's Circuit, El Toro Loco, driven by Corey Cowell, Braden Dowell, and the Haymaker, William Connolly, and Megalodon, Benzo Matthews in Zombie Gravedigger, driven by April Summers. Just get it done, too, with Eric Stewart and Trenton Murphy in Thunder Roars. Going to be very nice to see the East Coast Arena Series pop as we move on to our next series. These schedules, I mean, these are very interesting. You got to figure out where they're going to go, like how often they're going to go. It's very interesting. We'll see. Coming up next, Arena Championship Series Central. All right, legend, up next, it'll be Arena Championship Series Central. So we saw Arena Series East. They'll end off in Salt Lake City. Arena Series Central, they'll start off in Salt Lake City on the 29th of August, of course. You got Brooklyn, Newark, Milwaukee, Nashville, Tennessee, Irwindale, Moline, Grand Rapids, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Toledo, Ohio. That Arena Championship Series Central, it's going to be a battle for sure. We're going to see a lot of new faces in there. Of course, the veteran Flobby Anderson and Gravedigger is definitely the favorite to win this series. We can't forget about William Clark in Megalodon, Lachlan Summerall playing crazy, Marcos Collider, Sparkle Smash, Clay Jones, and Uproar Andrew Zenix, and Velociraptor Hunter Morgan, Crazy Train, and Terminal Velocity. Been driven by somebody in his first season, and Jacob Hassey. That's going to be it for the Arena Championship Series, but not it for the action. Went toward now to our 2 major series, our big old Stadium Championship Series, which, the schedule actually kind of matters. And yeah, coming up first with, of course, Stadium Championship Series East. Like I said, they will kick it off next weekend in Anaheim, California. And then they'll go over to Petco Park. It says San Francisco, but it's supposed to be San Diego. That's my fault. And then they'll go right back to Anaheim. So you got 3 weeks of just straight California action. And then they'll hit the Bristol Motor Speedway. And then you go to Houston, Texas, Foxborough, Kansas City, Atlanta, Georgia, back to Anaheim again, back to San Francisco. And they will end it off on November 2nd in Bristol. That series is very stacked. You got a lot of great competitors there. And we're going to see who's going to come out on top? There's so many. You got Sky Baloney and Dragon in his first competitive series. He's been around for a very long time, just has not competed in a full series. Rick Allen and El Toro Loco, Amari Jackson, and Gravedigger, who we saw take the Overland Championship in the first stadium event of the season just yesterday. Of course, Sean Pierce and Jurassic Attack. Anthony Liu John and the Lucas Stabilizer, Kenny Bryce and Mayhem, Chase Aaron, Masuma Dalmatian, Thunder Roars, driven by Trent Murphy. And then, of course, you got Avenger Andrew Spikes making his first appearance, Eric Nixon, very OG driver, and then got Mario Luigi, Classroom Crusher, and Kyle Freeman, and Zombie ended it off. So you got a very, very stacked lineup over there on the East Coast. And we're going to throw it back to the West Side here for the Stadium Championship Series West. They're going to start off in Houston, and then they'll go to San Diego, and then to Anaheim. So a little bit of like a kind of a switch from Stadium East. We try to make sure that both series aren't at the same place at the same time, if that makes sense. And then they'll go to Kansas City, and then Foxborough, and then Bristol, and then Atlanta. So you got a top 3 hitter in that late September area. It's going to be very fun to watch. Of course, they'll go back to Houston on October the 11th. And the 18th, they'll go to Anaheim for the second time, and then Bristol, and they'll end it off in Foxborough. It's going to be very, very, very good series to watch. We got a lot of good trucks, drivers. We've got, I think, a lot more first-time trucks in them. We got Jay Telushka in Excalibur, Luke Anderson in Gravedigger the Legend. You know, we have Gravedigger the Legend in events all the time, but this is the first time it'll be in a full competitive series. It's going to be very interesting. Chris Reyes and Kraken Megalodon, Stars and Stripes with Christian Sierra, Jackson Schillick, and Wild Side. Of course, Cody Strong and El Toro Loco, who led the series last season on the West Side. And then, of course, Damian Rodriguez and JCB Gigatron making his first Stadium Championship Series appearance. Of course, Ryan Richardson and Jester, big favorite. He did very well yesterday in Foxborough, got top 3 overall. And for a computer driver, it's very hard to do something like that. And then making his return to competition, it is Cole Williams in the Misfire, competing on that West Series. Emilio Ortega and Sparkle Smash, and finishing it off Prince Martinez in Wreck Deck. So that is a very, very stacked lineup. Of course, we know exactly what these drivers are going to do here. I mean, this is very, very interesting West Series. It's a very, very stacked series, like a lot of people said in the chat earlier today. So, yeah. Well, what is the end goal of all this? The end goal of all of this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Monster Jam World Finals. Of course, that'll be taking place in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we'll go over just how these drivers can be able to get into World Finals. So we're going to pull that up. The top 3 from each series will automatically get advanced into the main field, which is racing and freestyle. It is I think 18, it's either 18 or 20 truck main field. So there will be a lot of hand-picked drivers, but nonetheless, you got how to get into World Finals. That's how you get in. You got to get top 3 in the series or just get lucky enough to get picked for some of those after spots. And then for the last chance qualifier, 4th and 5th place in all series, this is including arenas, will be automatically placed into the last chance qualifier. Of course, that equals 12 drivers. That's going to be a very, very interesting last chance qualifier. You know, those arena drivers, you kind of got a little bit of advantage here because you don't have to finish as high to get into LCQ. But yeah, stadium drivers, it's going to be a challenge, especially on that West Series. Speaking of challenges, we've got probably the most challenging racing style in history. Honestly, I haven't seen anything like it. We got JCB Racing Championship, all of the competitors from main field in the last chance qualifier. So this time around, usually we do qualifying for World Finals. This time, the last chance qualifier winner and randomly selected others will receive a first round bye. When it says randomly selected, it just means like random selected in the bracket. You'll just get a first round bye. And yeah, we're going to do all of that in one day, but I'll go over the schedule in just a minute. We're going over just these competitions so far. And next up, we got skills. Right, so I'm going to show you guys how to get into two-wheel skills competition. It's going to be a little bit different, right? You know, for a lot of the competitions, you got to qualify for it. But skills is completely hand-selected. And the criteria is, of course, on the screen. You got to have a high two-wheel skill score average, pretty much means if you score an 8.8 in skills every single show, you're probably going to get into World Finals. Only a couple people will be selected via that way. you must be top 5 in the series and can't be in the LCQ. So if you are in the LCQ and you qualify for skills, you have to pick either skills or LCQ just to make it a little bit of interesting there. So that's how you get into skills. And now skills at World Finals will be 2 rounds, 1 attempt per round. You must start off the attempt with a skills move, which means, if you're going to do a backflip to moonwalk, you got to start in the moonwalk and then get the backflip, right? It's not the other way around. And flips and turning of the truck will be allowed in freestyle. Of course, that is prohibited during the season, but at World Finals, for the first time ever, they'll be able to turn their trucks during skills. We see a lot of great hits there. 4 to 5 second time limit for those hits, and the best score from either round will win it. Now, I think we're going to come up next to the high jump competition, Lucas Oil high jump. It's a little bit different, right? You think of high jump as whoever gets the highest. Technically, the highest person will probably get selected, but there's a chance, right? We're going to be judging based off of hang time. We're going to take a calculator, go from hang time, and turn that into feet, and it'll be 8 competitors completely selected by league admins. It'll probably be somebody in main field or not in LCQ, just to give a good amount of spots to everybody to compete for a championship. Of course, you're going to have to get some bigger during the season, so I locked that spot in. But yep, that is high jump. And then the final competition, it's going to be freestyle. I can't wait. Freestyle, we got full day just for freestyle. It's going to be 120 seconds. Of course, first 30 seconds must be filled. And after each run, this is new this time, you're going to have to show proof that your damage was on full. We can tell if it's not on full, in 2025. So we'll have you send a picture of your truck afterwards. And you can actually hear the trucks braking. And if you don't hear the trucks braking, then somebody has damage off. So if they're caught not using damage full, they will not be scored at World Finals and prevented from joining any events in the future, not just World Finals or the next season, forever. Now, we've gone through all of the competitions, and now here's going to be the order of those competitions. Let's start off on Saturday. Your Saturday schedule, December 20th at 3 p.m. Eastern of the Last Chance Qualifier. 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll have an opening stunt, which I'll go into some detail a little bit later. And then, of course, at 4:15, we'll have the 2 Wheel Singles Championship, the JCB Racing Championship, and we'll close out with a stunt. I mentioned 2 stunts. Actually, I'll reveal one of them tonight. On Saturday, you're going to get a look at the JCB Digatron Jackhammer stunt. This one, I've been thinking of this for a while, right? And it's going to be good. It looks like last year's World Finals, but it's going to be stepped up a big time there. I can't wait for that one. So that's going to be Saturday. We got the JCB Digatron Jackhammer stunt. That's going to be beautiful. And then the following day, on the 21st, on Sunday, of course, you got the opening stunt, you got high jump, and then you got freestyle, and then another closing stunt. So for the stunt on Sunday, we're going to have the Bailey Circuit Breaker Monster Jam stunt. I don't think I've seen anything like this ever. Really, it's going to be a world record thing from in real life, turned into Roblox. We'll see how that works out. But from what it looks like, that might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Show you guys a lot of the World Finals stuff, the stunts, the Bailey Circuit Breaker. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see you all for Monster Jam. This is Season 3 ODMTL, the kickoff show. We'll see you all next weekend. And I think it'll be Houston or Anaheim for the kickoff of the Stadium Championship Series, ladies and gentlemen. I am Maverick. This has been the kickoff show for 2025, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you all next time on Monster Jam.